1230 KXO. It is 7:32 in the morning. It's a Friday morning. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, George.
We made it to Friday.
We did.
I think we've accomplished something.
Well, give me a hint.
We made it through Friday. Another week down.
Yep, scratch it off the list.
Ready for the weekend?
Yeah. How about you?
Well, I'll work tomorrow, and then I'll go home and rest.
Go home and kick your feet up.
And wait for the football game.
And wait for the football games.
There you go. And,
Valor's, my grandson Valor is going to make an appearance tonight with his team at least this is what I understand, in Imperial.
Oh, there you
on
go.
The Imperial High School field.
They'll be the halftime or the pregame?
No, well, I don't know. It could be halftime or it could be prior to the game starting. It's a tip of the hat, evidently. I just heard about it yesterday, so.
Well, it's nice to be honored.
Yeah, so I'm going to go and watch.
He must be playing youth football in Imperial.
Yes.
And I understand he did very well.
I haven't. This will be the first time I've even seen him in his uniform. He'll play Saturdays.
Well, from what I understand, talking to your daughter, the boy is a monster at sports. he is just good at everything he does. If it has a ball, he's good at it.
Yeah, he likes sports, and he keeps his grades up. So you don't keep your grades up, you can't do sports.
Well, that means he's going to go a long way, because if he's good at it and he also gets good grades, that's a good combo. For an athlete.
We told him that, and he's taken it directly to heart.
He must really like his sports, or he's just a bright boy and didn't have to tell him anyway. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You got to be proud of the little ones like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, the one that I got is still in the T-ball area, which is, they're all running the wrong way. And
yeah, T-ball is a hoot.
It's a great pastime.
Yeah.
I don't know if the kids actually learn anything, but
I think they
have
do.
a ball.
They have a good time. That's what we should let them do, is have a good time.
And ours is strange. Is he's not bad at anything he does, but he excels at basketball.
Ah.
And what's funny about that is there's not a person in my house that is a basketball fan.
So he doesn't have anybody to talk.
No role models at all at the house, and he could outshoot anybody in the house. I mean, we got him a little basket, and he'll shoot baskets all over the place. 5 years old, he's Michael Jordan to Calapat.
That's cool.
but that's his strong point. Now, I don't know if they have a youth league for basketball.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know.
I've never been a basketball fan, so I don't know. I know they've got the league for baseball, Pee-wees for football,
yeah.
and we want to get him into the Pee-wees. I think he's going to have to play with Brawley. I don't know if they've even signed up yet, but or probably already over. So if they're already honoring kids, season's probably already. But anyway, he's a basketball guy.
That's cool.
It is. For a short guy, he's going to go a long way.
He looks up to everybody.
and we can't tell him anything because we don't know anything.
Yeah,
not
right,
basketball.
You guys.
We're not basketball people. Anyway, we got some birthdays here. Want to celebrate?
Yeah, jump into the birthdays.
Speaking of, I have another granddaughter. Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday?
Adeline was born yesterday afternoon.
Well, now here in the Valley?
Here in the Valley.
Okay.
Brawley Memorial.
All right.
I think that's where they're all born. Anyway, she came into the world kind of small, but healthy as a horse, and that's what counts.
That's right.
So she is still in her wrinkly stage. So there. Anyway, we got some birthdays. I think all newborns. Everybody says how cute the newborns are, and I haven't found one yet that actually is. But after a couple of weeks, they're absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
Anyway, August 26th birthday. Here's the big shots. Vic Dana. I'm sure you heard of him.
Yes.
And he was a long time. Your parents probably heard of him. He's 82 today. Valerie Simpson of Ashford and Simpson, she's 77. Bob Cowsill of the Cowsills, he may be the only one left. He's 73. 60 Minutes correspondent Bill Whitaker is 71. Band leader Branford Marsalis, 62 years old. That whole family is musical. Guitarist Jimmy Olander of Diamond Rio is 61. Don't know if you're into country music, but there you go. Chris Burke of Life Goes On is 57, and he was the actor with Down syndrome. Remember that show? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Life Goes On. Yeah, he was a funny little kid. Now he's not a kid anymore. He is 57.
Oh, he's grown up.
Singer Shirley Manson of Garbage, one of my favorite bands. I say that facetiously, of course. She's 56. Guitarist Dan Vickery of Counting Crows is 56. I've got a lot of these guys. Melissa McCarthy, she's very funny. She was in Mike and Molly, and now she's skinny. She's 52. Latin pop singer Thalia is 51. MacGyver, Meredith Eaton was in MacGyver and Family Law. It's 48 today. And actor Mike Coulter was in Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Two things I've never heard of, is 46. Macaulay Culkin is 42 years old today. And then we can end with Macaulay because that, why go anymore? We've got a bunch of local ones coming up.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Acrecia Mo Ramirez, Johnny Collins, Adora Justman, Lulu Garcia, Jonathan Green, Jose Domingo Navarro, Linda Valenzuela, Gloria Aguilar, Randy Sanchez, Elijah Petri. We have Irene Avila, Tommy Neri, Willie Bayon, Luis Alberto Calle, Doreen Hagen, Jay Leno Morquecho, Jeannie Golden, Junior Cruz, Lauren Johnson, Ricardo Ruiz, Rusty Garcia, Veronica Martinez, Marisa Guzman, and Normita Dautry. Happy birthday to each and every one.
Kennedy's Taco Shop in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro, home of the 2 for $10 burritos and tortas, 99-cent fish tacos every day you can enjoy with an ice-cold beer. And don't forget Kennedy's award-winning carne asada. They also have thrifty ice cream. Kennedy's Taco Shop is open Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 7, Saturdays 11 to 6. That's Kennedy's Taco Shop, 1560 Ocotillo Drive in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro.
And we've got to move on with our news. We got the World and California news. The headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales and service, call the experts at Lock Air Conditioning.
CBS News Brief. The Justice Department could release a blacked-out version of the affidavit that led to the FBI's search at Mar-a-Lago any moment now. CBS's Robert Costa.
There could be heavy redactions. This is an ongoing probe, but it could still offer new insight into why FBI agents arrived at former President Trump's home, search warrant in hand.
Get ready for more interest rate hikes. Speaking in Jackson Hole this hour, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said they will likely impose more large increases in the months ahead to tame inflation. Consumer prices up 6.3% in July over the year before. Dow down 386. One drug maker suing another over its COVID vaccine. CBS's Alex Tin.
Moderna had initially pledged not to enforce its patents during the COVID pandemic. The company later eased its pledge this year and is now demanding that Pfizer and BioNTech request licenses for using Moderna's patents in their blockbuster Comirnaty shots.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. State regulators say yes to a widely publicized and scrutinized plan to ban the sale of fully gas-powered vehicles by the year 2035. Governor Gavin Newsom calling it historic.
This idea of a tailpipe, we don't need it anymore. That's freedom. This is about freedom. This is about real choice. This is about lowering costs, no more dependency.
New cars would have to run on either hydrogen or electricity under the new plan, which still needs approval from the federal government. A section of the I-10 freeway in eastern Riverside County collapses. It's the main artery between L.A. and Phoenix.
So right now, Caltrans is assessing the damage, and they're doing their best to make sure they can open up the roads as fast as possible. They're going to have crews out there rebuilding the roads and making sure they're safe for people to travel on.
David Torres with CHP. Caltrans crews already at work making those repairs, saying they're hoping to have the freeway fully reopened by Monday, barring any more severe weather. Slightly cooler and drier in Southern California today. Continued warm over much of the northern region. Jeff Scott, California News.
And you've been listening to the World California News headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning for your air conditioning and sheet metal needs. Call Lock Air Conditioning today, 760-353-4501.
Celebrate the best of summer before it's gone at JCPenney. Soak up the sun, fun, and savings with up to 50% off kids' tees, tanks, and shorts. And ladies, make a bigger splash with $5.99 women's tees and women's swim starting at $8.99. Hurry in store or buy online now, pick up curbside later. Shopping is back. JCPenney. Offers valid on select styles through 8/28. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Hey, I'm Jackie, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the chicken. It is golden brown, so juicy, so delicious. It's the perfect savory start to my day.
Hey, I'm Matt, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is the freshly baked, flaky, buttery biscuit. When I take a bite, it's kind of like, crispy, soft, crispy. Crispy outside, soft interior, crispy chicken. There's really nothing like it.
Start your day with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit, available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real Chick-fil-A guests paid for their testimonials.
And we are now ready for page one of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive and at the Imperial Valley Mall. With page one of the local news, here's Gene Brister.
Taking a look at the latest in local news on a Friday morning, another decrease in COVID-19 cases. Here's George Gale with more on the story.
COVID-19 update was released yesterday morning. Numbers are provided by the County Public Health Department. According to the new numbers, the number of COVID-19 cases in Imperial County decreased by 98 cases since the Tuesday report. Active cases of COVID-19 in the county now at 414. The number of deaths attributed to the virus have increased by 2 since Tuesday. COVID-19 deaths are now at 950. Latest COVID-19 tier metrics indicate new cases per day per 100,000 population now at 27.10 with a positivity rate of 32.6%. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
KXO News Time, we've got 7:45.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
The driver of one of the cars involved in a two-car accident Wednesday evening was cited for driving under the influence. The accident occurred shortly after 7 p.m. at 8th and Aurora in El Centro. There were no injuries in the accident, but the driver of the vehicle was cited and released for driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. The accident remains under investigation. And a new social services director has been installed, hired. Here's more on that story.
The decision came at the Board of Supervisors meeting this week. A board voted 4-1 to name Paula Llanes the new director of the Social Services Department. Llanes was the assistant director when Veronica Rodriguez resigned the position in May. District 4 Supervisor Ryan Kelly voted against the appointment, but has not said why. He did say that he wished Llanes success in her new position. For KXL Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2 coming up.
And Page 1 of the Local News, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
Don't miss any of the action of the Las Vegas Raiders. We've got all the games on the Imperial Valley's FM 107.5.
Let's play some football!
Raiders football brought to you by
Southwest Security.
And it's time for Page 2 of the Local News and the weather, brought to you by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., and by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. With Page 2, here again is Gene.
35-year-old Stephen Ambris was in court recently. Here's more on that story.
He is accused in the kidnapping and murder of Jordan Schmidt. Preliminary hearing was reset for October 12th. Readiness conference will be held September 16th. Preliminary hearing will determine if there is enough evidence to try Ambris on the charges. If he goes to trial and is found guilty, he could face the death penalty. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitations says there may have been a data breach. An investigation is underway. The CDCR says the breach could involve medical information on people who tested positive for COVID-19 in the department from June of 2020 through January of 2022, including staff, visitors, and others. It did not include COVID testing information for the incarcerated population. The potential breach was discovered this year following routine maintenance on one of their information systems. They say the breach also potentially included other medical information for a portion of the incarcerated population, going back as far as 2008, as well as some financial information. CDCR says they have suspended all of the affected systems. A local pastor enters a guilty plea. George Gale explains.
Victor Gonzalez headed the Imperial Valley Ministries. He was originally indicted in 2019. His wife also entered a guilty plea this week. Federal prosecutors say they entered the pleas in San Diego Federal Court. The prosecutors say they forced the drug addicts and homeless people to surrender their welfare benefits and panhandle for the church. Gonzalez and his wife, Susan Christine, pled guilty to conspiracy to commit benefits fraud. Gonzalez and 3 other co-defendants also pled guilty to taking part in a labor trafficking scheme to recruit homeless people in San Diego and other cities, then force them to participate in raising money on behalf of the El Centro-based church. U.S. Attorney's Office said Imperial Valley Ministries operated around 30 affiliate churches in the United States and Mexico. No sentencing information has been released. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
When you're ready for great home-style cooking, there are 2 locations for the best in the Imperial Valley. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., featuring delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including menudo, liver and onions, and meatloaf. The Town Pump in Westmoreland is open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., specializing in delicious prime ribs, steaks, chicken, salmon, and lobster. So for a great dining experience, visit Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, and the Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Here's George Gale with a weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 105 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 84. Mostly sunny skies today. Highs right near 108. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight. Overnight lows around 82. A west wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny skies. Highs right near 107. West winds at around 5 miles per hour. Saturday night, clear skies. Overnight lows around 80. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny skies, highs right near 104. West to southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Clear on Sunday night. Overnight lows around 80 degrees. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny on Monday, highs right near 105. East to southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. And right now, we're looking at 86 degrees, 48% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality moderate in Brawley. Air quality pretty much good for the rest of the region. Still no report on Brawley. No report on Mexicali. Your local news and the weather has been brought to you by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, and by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, Imperial Valley's fine dining experience.
Are you tired of all the clutter and junk in your house, your yard, or your business? I've got your answer. Give All Valley Junk Removal a call at 760-623-9499. That's 623-9499. Yes, they'll come by and give you a free estimate on removing your junk. They do it all. Commercial junk removal, tenant cleanouts, storage cleanouts, yard cleanouts, and more. Even heavy objects. All you have to do is call All Valley Junk Removal, 760-623-9499. That's 623-9499. They work 7 days a week to accommodate you. So call All Valley Junk Removal.
And it's time for sports. Sports World Roundup brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. High school football got underway yesterday. There was a couple of games played. Game that you heard on Kxo AM 1230, Vincent Memorial. They defeated Southwest 46-7. The other game, Desert Mirage, they defeated Calipatria 38-7. Today, we'll have a game on a KXO AM 1230. It's the Imperial game. Imperial Tigers taking on West Hills. That game will be, the warm-up time is 6:45. It can be heard on KXO Radio AM 1230 and the YouTube channel. NFL football, the preseason football, the Chiefs beat the Packers 17-10. Texans over the 49ers 17-0. Tonight, it is the Raiders. Raiders football, they'll be hosting the New England Patriots. You'll hear that game on FM 107.5, the Raiders station for the Imperial Valley. Preseason football continues throughout the weekend, except Monday. No Monday night football.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
And Major League Baseball played a limited schedule. Neither the Dodgers nor the Padres played yesterday. In golf, Scotty Scheffler finished with 3 straight birdies, leads the Tour Championship by 5 strokes after the first round. On the women's side, Paula Retto, she shoots a course record of 62 to lead the Canadian Pacific Women's Open. Lee Westwood says the new-look PGA Tour is just a copy of the Live Golf, and he points his finger at the hypocrites and says it's all very comical. And Novak Djokovic in tennis, his Players Association has appointed Ahmed Nasser as the new executive director. That's a quick look at sports. A Sports World Roundup brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And it's the financial news and weather brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. U.S. stocks mixed ahead of the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's widely anticipated speech in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 38 points or 0.1%, while the S&P 500 ticked lower 0.1%. NASDAQ Composite was down 0.2%. We've got your weather coming up next.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
And we're going to go into the weekend with sunny skies, highs right near 108, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming northwest in the afternoon. That's it. That's your financial news and a quick look at your weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best wings in town.
Burgers and Beer. What I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu. Everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. More clarity could come today about the FBI's search at Mar-a-Lago. CBS's Robert Costa says it depends on what's been blacked out.
The Justice Department has until noon today to release a redacted version of the affidavit to the public. Now, there could be heavy redactions. This is an ongoing probe, but it could still offer new insight into why FBI agents arrived at former President Trump's home, search warrant in hand.
The COVID-19 vaccine maker Moderna is suing rival Pfizer, claiming copyright infringement. CBS's Jim Krasula.
The lawsuit sets up a legal showdown between rival vaccine makers that used novel medical foundational technology to speed up the delivery of coronavirus shots. The two companies developed highly effective shots in record time.
The monkeypox outbreak could pose a challenge on college campuses this fall. CBS's Meg Oliver spoke with Rob Stahl, Director of Health Services at New York's Hofstra University.
How are you educating students?
So we have posters up in all the bathrooms on campus, as well as common spaces on campus that students are in and would access, and also providing them information about health and infectious disease in general and how they can best prevent themselves from getting sick while they're here at college.
The government says consumer prices were up 6.3% in July over a year ago. Inflation easing compared to the month before when prices were up 6.8%. Bankrate.com's Greg McBride.
Some improvement is nice. One in a row is a start, but it's not a streak. We're going to have to see this type of trend sustained and be quite significant to really get inflation back to where it needs to be.
Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said today more large interest rate hikes are likely in the coming months, targeting inflation. The big nuclear plant in Ukraine is back on the grid, but CBS's Cammie McCormick says concerns are still high.
The Zaporizhia plant was cut off from the power network in Ukraine for the first time in its history Thursday. It was seized by Russian forces at the beginning of the war. The Ukrainians say Russian shelling, which occurred again overnight, has put all Europeans one step away from a radiation disaster. A team from the UN's nuclear watchdog is expected to visit next week.
Prince Harry says he wants the 25th anniversary of his mother's death next week to be filled with memories of Princess Diana.
I want it to be a day to share the spirit of my mum with my family, with my children who I wish could have met her. Every day, I hope to do her proud. She was tireless in her work to support and destigmatize those experiencing HIV and AIDS.
Wall Street, the Dow is down 460. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
How do you make the most of your land? If you ask the Wrens, who run with us on a John Deere mower, they tell you,
I mow first, then I do all the trimming.
But the Hubbards, who work behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, would say,
if it's something you want, just go after it and try it.
Then there's the Mosers, who may mention from the seat of their John Deere Gator UTV.
You can't be all working out play.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up the pursuit of your passions. This fresh season begins with up to $300 off top-rated laptops like the XPS computers, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to bring what's in your mind out into the world. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
A study of more than 15,000 dogs finds exercise can cut the odds of cognitive dysfunction or dementia in dogs. CBS's Trinity Chavez.
A new study published in Scientific Reports finds cognitive function declines as dogs age. For dogs older than 10 years, the risk of developing canine cognitive dysfunction, or CCD, increases by more than 50% with each added year of life. Animals affected may show memory deficits, loss of spatial awareness, altered social interactions, and sleep disruption.
The EPA says it's designating some toxic industrial compounds used in household goods as hazardous substances under the Superfund law. This means releases of long-lasting chemicals known as PFOA and PFOS at or above a certain quantity would have to be reported. They're part of a cluster of what are known as forever chemicals that have been around since the 1940s. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining Medishare right now. Medishare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly health care costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. Medishare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And Medishare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 27 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second. And if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now is the perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
You've got George Gale.
I'm sexy and I know it.
The best oldies on the radio.
12:30.